We've got everybody here,
He's making it up as he goes. He doesn't know.
Yeah. Well, it's morning for Michelle, the future for us, and then
The future.
Steve's in California, and I'm in New York. So we got everything covered. What up? Hi, Michelle.
Hi.
We got in there. Okay.
I feel like
Oh, we
this
got
is
Captain
Worlds
Lasagna
Colliding.
in there. What's up, Connor?
What up, Connor? Connor's here, chilling. We'll let people trickle in, but um, what time is it for you right now, Michelle?
It, it,
Are you good? You here?
it's 8 a.m. for me.
Oh, okay, cool. It looked like I glitched you, or like it looked like you started and then went away. Hell yeah.
8 a.m. doesn't exist on my clock.
What up, Tom? Discord.
It doesn't usually exist for me either.
What? That means because you guys don't get up. What time do you guys usually get up? What time do you guys wake up?
Oh wait, I'm getting an echo, so I don't know. I just
Is that why? I could tell that something was happening.
yeah, I'm just trying to work it out. But I thought it was because I had the Twitch open.
You're getting an echo.
Well, it could be if you don't have Twitch muted.
No, I muted my Twitch. I've actually gone out of it.
What's your echo? What are you hearing?
It's basically the whole stream, but like 3 seconds later.
Is it both of us or just me?
Both. It's all of us, even myself.
But it has to be the stream coming to you somehow. Do you have something minimized? Do you have something? Something's up there.
Yeah, I'll just I'm just gonna log out of everything. So
I could feel that, even though you weren't
I know.
speaking it.
I was like,
feel
what's
it.
going
There's that
on?
pause. We've come to
Oh my god,
know
I
now.
think I should be able to get this up now. Okay. And mute this. I just want to be able to see the chat. So, okay, mute. I think we're good.
Twitch.tv/Elmakai/chat.
Got it. I'm
It's a
good.
little
It's really
nifty
weird
trick
if I
where
do
it
that
just
in
pulls the
Safari,
chat
you
up.
can't type.
What'd you say, Steve?
If I actually just open it direct in Safari, it won't accept me typing. I actually have to go into the stream and pop it out. So
Oh, tricky.
weird stuff.
We got Michelle
Oh, hey
says.
Mikey. See
I'm
Mikey in the chat. Low base is in the chat.
Hey, low base.
What up, guys?
We got to talk about the text messages that we got. That was so fun.
I know.
What, you guys are just connecting through the airwaves, is what I hear.
I know. We've got a bunch of fam in the chat. Ines is here as well. Hey,
And
all the MGH crew. Nice to see
Hey,
you.
Bryn.
Ines, how do I say the name? INES, Ines?
I say Ines, but
Ines.
I could be wrong. I'm very bad with pronunciation. So.
No, it's all good. I want to
Yep.
say,
Hi, Marissa. Hi, Connor.
yo, Steve's got a train conductor logo next to him. That's pretty cool.
I've got a what?
You're a train conductor because you did the hype train last time we streamed. You got a little
that's-
loosey goosey in the.
I didn't even notice that.
You got lost in the sauce.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Yo, so fun fact, we messed up times today. It was a group effort of messing up times, but it's okay because we're here.
Big group effort.
But we're here, and it's funny because I was like going on my Instagram and I got a message from Michelle, and it was like going live in 20 minutes, and I was like, I'm on the train.
Wait.
And I was like, you guys, I gotta get back. And then I was like, wait,
Oh
did I
my
mess
God.
something up? And then I messaged Michelle, and we figured it out. And here we are at a time that worked for
We're
everyone.
here. We're here, everybody.
It's
We made
it's 6 p.m. for me. Steve, what time is it for you?
For me, it's about 3 p.m.
And then Michelle, what are you at?
It's 8 a.m. for me.
But this is
so
8 a.m. tomorrow, not 8 a.m.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
8 a.m.
So
tomorrow.
it's Monday morning.
So could you do me a favor? Since you're in the future, can you tell me, do I make it through the day?
You do.
Good.
Which is great. Yeah. We are in Melbourne. We're going to a stage 4 lockdown today. We've had a big spike in cases. So I don't know if I'm going to be here tomorrow, but anyway.
Well, low base just said, by the way, if we could all acknowledge that low base time is the only correct time, there'd be no issues.
I'd be down with that, to be honest. It's so confusing to be streaming to people that are all across the world all the time and trying to work out time zones. So
Yeah.
It looks like the stream just froze. Oh, no, it's back now.
Oh, man, don't make me jokes like that. Don't
So
scare
I
me
told
like that.
Michelle ahead of time. I got a text about a half an hour ago from a friend of mine who's in here, Jonesinator, which is Troy. Troy is
Troy?
and Adam, you know Troy.
Yeah, when I met him in Vegas.
Yeah. Well, you also met him in San Diego.
I met him in San Diego.
Troy's a phenomenal photographer, great wedding photographer, and I get a text message from him going, "Hey, you're streaming today." I'm like, Yeah, how did you know? Well, my friend Lobase guy knows the person that you're streaming with. So they made it.
And it's
It's
not
a small
me.
world.
Yeah, what up, Marissa? What up, everyone? Join
All
the
the fans
crew.
in the chat. Yeah, that's our stream kind of
Well, if you're coming
emote.
here from Michelle's stream, feel free to drop the emotes. And welcome to
Yeah.
this
Oh, I
stream.
told them.
You've been directed already, so if you aren't
I
doing
said
it,
spam the chat. Spam the chat. Show some love.
you guys, I've got a guest here too. Hey, Tom,
Hi.
say hi. Come on, bro.
Hi, Tom.
How are you?
Hey, Tom.
Steve, what's
Good.
good?
Hey, how are you, man?
Good. I didn't realize that I was walking in the shot.
Right in shot.
I'm sorry.
Adam forgot to put the on-air sign up.
Well, I hope you guys have a good stream. I'm going to be watching from my phone right over here.
Oh,
Yeah, Tom is nice enough to house me. My girlfriend and I have been driving across the U.S. We've been gone for almost a month. I would say almost a month. Yeah, almost a month now. And
amazing.
yeah, it's been like, where are we gonna be and when are we gonna stream? That's been the schedule. It's like, okay, which time zone and stuff. Connor just got your book. He ordered it just now. Tom's got a book out, so he ordered it. Anyway,
We should put the
yeah,
link. We should put the link for the book in there.
Connor will find. Connor, throw it in chat. Throw a link in the chat.
You can put my link too if you like, guys. Buy my book.
Yeah, buy Michelle's book too. Buy
Thanks.
everybody's book.
Connor,
Buy all
where you
of
at,
the
man?
books.
Connor
Yeah.
is normally
Your
so
coffee
quick on
tables
the
are cold.
links if we don't mess with him.
Turn the AC down and throw some books on them.
Justin, I'm actually at the last show that I ever shot, which was a Ruel show, a festival, and it keeps me happy to think
That
about.
is-
So
J. Ross' name is Justin. No,
it
wait.
is, I know.
Yes. All right, got it.
I know. We're friends, mate. We go way
Let's
back.
go. J. Roth is the Discord guru.
He's a legend.
Cool. Well, Steve, you've got a good photo to talk about today. You've got a good
Yes,
human
we
to
do.
interview. This is
Yeah.
gonna be chill. Is anybody drinking anything? I have a local beer from Madison, Wisconsin.
You're
I
drinking
have
beer?
a tea. I
Yeah.
have a tea.
Tom and I split a beer. What kind of tea you have, Michelle?
I usually have a green tea in the morning, just so you know.
Green tea like
Rejuvenate.
matcha or green tea like?
Green tea, not much. I don't like matcha as much as quite a strong green. I really love a jasmine, actually. It's quite light and flowery, which I
Ooh,
love.
jasmine. Tastes very beautiful too.
It does. It does. It gets the day started well, which is what I like.
Yeah, that's a good way to start. Yeah, and starting with the stream today too, which I imagine you wouldn't self-inflict. Like, I don't think you choose to stream at 7 a.m.
I usually stream at 7:30 p.m. or like noon. I don't think I've ever.
Well, it's
done
only
a
12
stream
hours
in
from
the
now.
morning.
Yeah.
I know.
Can you imagine being one of the streamers who like games or does something and like wakes up and then streams right away? That would be so
I
hard.
know, and all
Yeah.
day. It's like a job, which is great. Like props to those people
Yeah,
that are able
respect.
to do that.
Respect.
Yeah, big respect.
That would be difficult.
It would be.
Yeah, I can't imagine. But cool. Well, I guess we'll start off with the interview because that's what I want to get to know you a little bit more. I obviously know a little bit only because we've hung out on stream once and talked a little bit through. But I know, like, let me start. I know you're from Melbourne. Or no, are you from Melbourne?
Yep, I am from
you
Melbourne.
still live
That's
there?
correct. I still live there. Yes.
All right, cool. And I would like to say I'm going to say Melbourne as much as possible because I feel like I pronounce it as close as I
You
possibly can.
do. You're very good for an American.
Yes.
Not Melbourne.
No, Steve, get out of here and
No, I know. That's what I'm
Melbourne.
saying.
drink
It's
your
not.
bad coffee alone. Yeah, but okay, wait. Obviously, we know, or not obviously, but we know you work with Ruel consistently now. That's probably more of a,
Yeah.
But before this, you did like hip hop, or
Yeah, so
Yes.
I fell into music photography when I picked up a camera when I was 31, so I was a little bit older, and I kind of fell into music photography because I knew a couple of like local rappers, and I started just following them around with my camera, and that
without their
basically,
consent.
yeah, I'm just following around this part close behind you.
Yeah.
But I quickly became really passionate with the local hip hop scene, which I was a little bit ignorant to before I started shooting. And it led me to doing a 2-year portrait project on Australian hip hop. which was the book that I was talking about. So I guess my love of hip hop and photography like collided really early, and
Cool.
it seemed to click, I guess, because I love the genre. I think my visual influences were heavily influenced by iconic hip hop photographers. So when I started shooting, I guess it married really well, and people were really resonating with my work. And I was able to go professional really quickly, which is, I know, a really unusual story. So, and then once the book came out, it really cemented myself, I guess, in the Australian music.
That Citizen
kind of
Kane one is
land.
sick. Sorry, I'm listening.
Thank you.
Yeah, that one's cool.
No, that was the first time I tried long exposure. So I'm really proud of that shot, actually.
Yeah, what a look.
Not easy to do. Yeah. I guess I've been able to, like, my passion is music photography. I call myself a music photographer. I do it professionally. I was able to, I guess, do it mostly through press shots. So what you're seeing now is press shots.
And this is how you started. You started by doing press shots.
How I started.
Yeah.
I was still doing concerts as well, but and I was going to every gig. It's like how people knew who I was, I guess, because I would just rock up to shows.
I love this.
But I kind of worked out. Thank you. That is Woogie Blind. That's Pharoah Monch's DJ, a legend. So I guess I worked out early on that if I wanted to do it professionally, just doing concerts was going to be tricky, especially in Australia, because not a lot of people have tour photographers. It's actually really unheard of here. So I guess, my income was coming from press shots. And later on, I started being taken on tour with some of the bigger artists because they knew who I were. I went on tour with an artist named Seth Century here, who's a quite well-known hip hop artist, and also Illy. So they're bigger hip hop artists in Australia. So those guys took me on tour, and that kind of started my touring career as well. And then I started working with Ruel a few years later, and then that's been consistently touring now for probably I've been working with him for 4 years, but we've been touring for probably 3 years quite consistently. So
this year doesn't count.
This year, I mean, I was meant to be on tour now, so it definitely doesn't count. So.
This year doesn't count. You can, if you start touring next year, you can still say you've been touring consistently for 4 years, because this year's a wash for everyone.
I said that last night on Twitter. I'm just putting a line through the year.
Yeah, it's a year of improving in other areas.
Exactly.
What was I gonna say? Okay, so you go from shooting portraits to working with an artist consistently. What do you miss doing more portraits with a bunch of different artists, or do you find that you're learning like a whole different set of skills working with just a solo artist? Like, what's your?
No, I still am doing press shots for, like, it's still the majority of what I do. I guess the project. I guess when I'm away, obviously I'm not doing that, and I am away for big chunks. But kind of as soon as I get back, and I let people know that I'm back. It books up straight away. So I'm really fortunate now that I've got a great reputation, and my calendar can get booked up pretty quickly. So the work's really consistent, and I'm able to block out big chunks if I need to go on tour. And then when I come back, I know that there'll be other kind of press shotty work, which is great. It's why you work so hard. To get to that position that is
consistent.
Consistent. Where you're not chasing as much. When you first start out, you're consistently chasing and you're hustling so hard. I feel like, I can sit back a little bit now, and the work comes in, and it's a nice position to be in.
Yeah, that sounds great. That sounds ideal.
It does.
What do you think, Steve?
I agree. It's nice to reach a point where your work is appreciated.
Yeah, absolutely. It does. It feels nice. And I did another major project, which came out in 2018, which was a documentary on women in music, because I had noticed the gender disparity. So that was a portrait series as well as a full-length documentary. And again, it's just, that was really great for my profile. A lot of people know who I am here. And yeah, it just helps with that consistency of work. So yeah, I'm really, really fortunate.
Well, Connor will find that link and throw it in chat. I'm sure there's
Yeah,
probably
it's hersoundherstory.com is the link.
Oh,
yeah.
there you go, Connor. It's coming to you in like 2 seconds because you're hearing this on stream, not on Zoom chat.
Yeah.
But he'll get it.
Awesome.
Disconnected and missed what happened. No, it's okay. It's important. But basically, Michelle did a project with, correct me if I'm wrong, Michelle, women in the music industry, Australian music industry specifically, and it's called hersoundherstory.com. I got that in the right order or not? Okay, there we go.
Exactly.
Did you do? It's obviously it's video.
Yeah, that was like I said, a documentary series. So that was actually I had a project partner for that who's a filmmaker.
Okay.
And so we went out together. We basically made that entire film ourselves, which I do not recommend, by the way.
Why?
It was a consistent amount of work.
It's a 4-year project. It nearly broke us both. It's an incredible amount of work, but also very fulfilling. It had a
Probably
huge
worth
impact.
It though, huh?
It's definitely worth it.
That's why I say why, because
Yeah.
to me that would be so rewarding at the end.
Yeah, it is. It just was the process of making a film without all of the people that usually go along with that. So like literally everything we did, we shot it ourselves, we lit it ourselves, we did the audio, Claudia cut it, the graphics, the special effects, all of the stuff that's in it. It was just the two of us. So that's usually a job of about 50 people. My husband makes documentaries as well, so he's really aware of the process. As like a lot of people usually are involved in those sort of things. So yeah. It's a big thing to do.
Well, it's cool you found, like, I don't know, it's nice to shoot concerts, it's nice to do portraits, but I think it's even nicer to be like, I want to do this thing, I'm going to do this thing, and then put all your efforts and commit to it and do it for 4 years or 2 years or however long it takes, and then have this project that you can be like, hey, here I did this, and
I'm really big on personal projects. I feel like both my personal projects have been really the way that I've been able to get known, if that makes sense, because when I first started, I was like, the way to get known is to work with everybody. And so if nobody knows who you are and you're waiting for work, like that's not going to happen. But if you have a project that you have to reach out to people and say, hey, I'm doing this portrait series on Australian hip hop artists, will you work with me? Then I have that relationship. So and same with Her Sound. We worked with 88 different women in that project as well. So it's a way that artists know who I am, as well as doing something that I feel is really meaningful and giving back to the music industry as well. So it's like great for everybody, if that makes sense.
Do you have a next project that you're working on, other than obviously Twitch and photo, other than obviously like the general stuff?
Yeah, I did. I had just started a project like just before COVID hit, which was, I guess, my way of trying to get a little bit out of the music industry, not get out of it, but be known outside the industry as more of a
spread your area of, work. And
so that was a portrait project that was, hopefully I'm going to do this later on, but working with people still in the entertainment kind of industry, but just outside music, I guess. But I've kind of put a halt to that because I really did put all of my energy into Twitch when COVID hit. And so I've been streaming now really consistently for 4 months, and that's become my new passion. And I have an amazing, thank you. I have amazing community. A lot of them are in the chat today, and I can see all your names, and it's really appreciated that you're here.
Well, you not only do the Twitch, but tied into the Twitch, you've got your Discord channel. There's a lot of people in that.
Yeah, I'm really passionate about it. I think for me, I really wanted to create a space that was like really encouraging and welcoming. And I'm really passionate about inspiring young female photographers. And the space isn't exclusive to females, but there are a lot of young women in there. And that's, when I started shooting 10 years ago, I would see no other women in the pit. I didn't see a woman for about 4 or 5 years.
Really?
It's completely changed now. Like in the last probably 5 years, it's almost flipped on its head. But the first, I just didn't see that. And also I was shooting hip hop. So the genre lends itself to being quite male dominated. And that was even, for people shooting. So I just want to inspire young women to pick up cameras and see that they can do it, and they can go on tour and they can do all these things. We're still really underrepresented. But yeah, that's just a passion of mine, and like I said, it's not exclusive to women. There's definitely guys in there as well, and everybody's welcome. But just having that space where you don't feel like there's no questions that are stupid, and we're happy to give advice. And some other photography communities, in my experience, can be abrasive, and people just don't want to ask questions because they're made to feel stupid, and I just wanted to avoid that, I guess. So yeah, it's a lovely, welcoming community.
That's
That's
great.
so true. I mean, there's photography communities, quote unquote, out there that are, in my opinion, almost toxic.
Yes, I agree.
And that's the nice thing about what you're doing, and what Adam's doing for that matter as well.
Yes.
And that is just a welcoming place where, look, whatever your skill level is, there's somebody in here that can help you find the answers to your questions, or help you figure out what your goals need to be.
Exactly. And I think it's really important. I mean, I definitely found this through the process of making my documentary on women in music. But one of the biggest things, the biggest hurdles for young women, is they feel like they need to be the best before they share their work. It's really, really common. So like, just having a space where they're just trying stuff out and they're just not sure about stuff and they don't want to post it publicly, and they can just share it in the Discord, and we can give them feedback where they're not going to feel embarrassed that they're not the best in the world. That's totally fine. We all start out being not great. So I look at my work a year ago and just be like, oh my God, what was I thinking? We're constantly
Or you
evolving.
worked like an hour ago and you're like, what?
Yeah, true. An hour ago. That's very true.
What was I going to say? That's great. Well, good job on all accounts. I definitely relate and understand and agree with pretty much every point you made. And I think it's cool that, you took the initiative and found an issue and then, not attempted, but solved it, not solved it. Obviously, there's still more work to be done, but you started working towards that goal. You know what I mean?
It's starting a conversation. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like a lot of people, when they saw the documentary, especially like men within the industry, were just like, oh my God, I had no idea that it was this bad. Like, what can we do to help? So sometimes it's just awareness that like there are different hurdles that we face. It's not about being a victim. Like, we're not victims, but being able to start a conversation and say, hey, sometimes when you walk into a room and it's just dudes, like that can be really like overwhelming for some people. It can be intimidating, and just being aware of that, I guess.
That's intimidating for me too.
Yeah.
I'm just like, alrighty then. This is intimidating.
Walk into a room.
Yeah, walk into any room. I don't care who it's full of. Shit's scary sometimes. No, I understand.
Yeah, totally.
Maybe not on the same level, but I can relate in my own way. So that's great that you're doing that.
That's actually a really good point, though, Adam, and that is, in her example, a young lady walking into a room of all guys can be uncomfortable, but the truth is we all have those areas that we're uncomfortable with.
Yeah.
Yes.
And just understanding that, look, everybody's going through something.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody could have had a bad day for whatever reason, and just recognizing, look, we all have something in common. We all love photography. Start there.
Yeah.
And just be kind to each other.
Yeah, we all have this thing that brings us all together, and it's like it's good, it's nice. It's like, okay, we at least have this in common. You can throw everything else out the window. It's almost irrelevant. We can relate together, and that's like the cool part. Is we're a big group. And it's cool.
Yeah.
I like the part about learning together and not criticizing people for stuff and not making them feel stupid. And honestly, that's what I appreciate. Thank you so much for releasing your raw image. That's kind of the vibe of this. Is like, hey, here's an image you can work on. You can mess with it. You can do whatever you want. It doesn't reflect how good or bad you are. It's not part of your portfolio. It's more just like literally an exercise in your skills. And
it's such a good thing to be able to practice. Oh no, it's fine. Like, it was an absolute pleasure. I definitely, I was really interested in putting up a raw file that I think is a little bit different than the ones that I've seen previously.
Respect.
This was actually it was quite a challenging image, and I was quite aware of that as well. But I think one of the things when we're shooting live music is that we don't get the perfect shot straight out of camera sometimes. And this photo for me. So, well, maybe you do, Steve, but
No.
I'm still in it.
I thought I was the only one that didn't.
Yeah, I think things.
Cornish.
Lights are changing. The artist is moving so fast, and this shot is all about vibe. And I think the photo really encompasses Ruel's energy and what I love about shooting him when he's performing. And I wanted to see, where people took it, I guess, because I've shot so many shows of his now that we have almost like a telepathic relationship. We know where each other is all the time, and it's an honor to shoot his shows and to shoot. I do all these press shots as well, so we've got a really great relationship. But it was really great to see where people took it, because I have a certain style, and people took it in all these different directions, which is so cool.
Go Steve.
Johnsonator just said in their weddings are so easy compared to live music. I'm curious, do you photograph anything other than live music? Because Troy, who is Johnsonator, he's a wedding photographer. I took him to his first live music shows, taking him to Warped for a number of years. And it's always been fascinating to me that a guy who is an amazing photographer that knows his gear inside and out got into a photo pit, and I just stood there and watched him. It was hilarious. And he walked out of that first photo pit visually frustrated because it was like, singer's in front of me, singer's gone, where'd he go? So with what you've done and with what you've accomplished, do you venture and photograph anything other than music?
I do. I actually started shooting weddings even before I was shooting music. I actually find similarities in that you're documenting what's in front of you. Like it's pure documentation, both weddings, and apart from, you have the portrait time with your couples, and you do get to pose them a little bit. But other than that, you're documenting what's in front of you, and you have to. There's changing light and all that sort of stuff as well. Except concerts are kind of a turbo version of that.
Mm-hmm.
But I do. I've
turned
shot
up.
Turned up a little bit. Yeah, I've kind of shot everything. It's just. Music was my passion and what I focused on, and what the work that I was showing, because that was the work that I wanted to get. I still, up until this year, I actually stopped shooting weddings. I said that I was going to stop shooting weddings because I was touring so much. But most of the weddings that I shoot now are actually musicians. They're my friends that I've met, and they want me to shoot their wedding. So I still do that, which is really cool. But yeah.
That's the best way to do it. Meet them through music, and then shoot their engagement, shoot their wedding, shoot their
I
dinner
love that
parties,
too.
whatever. Like, you just want to shoot things about people that you care about. So it's probably it's probably a pleasure no matter what.
It's always a pleasure. And I think that we've spoken about this before, but like, I think music photography is all about relationships and the friendships that you have. So.
Yes. It's about your network, right? It's about you don't have to be a good
all
photographer.
Relationships.
You just have to be a person that people get along with.
I mean, especially when it comes to touring and stuff, that being a chill person and going with the flow, and like even what happened this morning, I think is a really good example of just like, okay, we fucked up the times, like let's just go with it. Like that's, I think,
Steve,
we all have that.
Yeah. I
Steve,
text message. Can you go live in about 30 minutes? What? Did I mess up? Yeah.
Steve's like, give me a little bit longer. I gotta get the fresh shaven.
Shower and fresh shaven.
Yeah.
You look great, Steve.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I clean up okay. I am curious, for you going on tour, when you first started going on tour, and for those people that are looking when concerts get going again on going on tour, what was the most difficult transition part for you as a young woman going on tour?
That's an interesting point. I think for me personally, like I definitely, I'm a bit of a tomboy, and I do get along with men really, really well. So I guess also shooting hip hop, like I've always been surrounded by guys. And so I've been really comfortable generally in those situations. It's probably more, it's like the funny logistics things that you don't think of when you're touring, especially when you start touring on a bus. And it's just like the little things about, the bathroom issues and, where do you get changed in the morning and where is it? Like just little things like that you just need to like think about, like where is the day room today? What time am I going to have my shower? But like all the crews that I'm involved with, they're my best friends, and I've never been made to feel uncomfortable, and it's a big family essentially. So, but I can totally see as a new female photographer coming into like that space, and if you didn't have those existing relationships, it could be very overwhelming. There's kind of no privacy. There's kind of, you're all just, lumped in together, and you have to be pretty chill. You have to be pretty go with the flow. You wouldn't want to be precious about many things, I guess. So
is there one tip you would give somebody starting out in that area?
Just one. Area? No more. Just one.
Yeah, like if you were to give the one big tip, like don't go. No.
No, I mean, just like...
Don't get on a bus in Australia. It's a lot of driving.
We don't even have like the tour buses here.
They're like illegal. Yeah, you can't sleep when you drive there. You have to have a seatbelt.
Yeah, so we have to fly everywhere, which is kind of cool. So all the tours that I did originally, we were flying and we were in hotel rooms. So I kind of had a pretty good start to touring. Yeah, very like comparatively. It wasn't until I went to America and Europe on the bigger tour buses. But I guess, yeah, just like I think not being precious and like just going with the flow and knowing that like, we're kind of like the least important people, really. Like it's all about the artist and making sure that they feel comfortable and having that trust with that person. You've spoken about this a lot, Adam, but having the trust with the people that you're touring with about what you're releasing, what photos you're releasing. And
that's a good one.
Everything, Ruel approves absolutely everything that goes out. Like there is nothing that I would post that he hasn't seen and given me the okay. And if he ever said to me, yeah, I'm not really cool with that photo, I'm like, sweet. Even if it's my favorite photo, which never happens, by the way, because we always love the same photos. But if that did happen, I would totally respect his opinion and be like, cool, like this is a photo of him.
You mean you wouldn't tell him he was wrong and be like, this is going out, you don't get the choice.
Yeah, and also Ruel's really young. He's like, I've been touring with him since he was 14. Like he's 17 now. So like that also comes into like, it's a young man whose like whole image has been through what the creative team has shown. So he needs to be okay with that. So we really need to respect what he's okay with, what he likes, all those things as well. But that's also he's the brand, and it's evolved. Like, I know exactly, like if I showed him a set of 100 photos, I would know which 10 he'll pick now. It's like, it's almost, like I said, it's almost psychic. We know each other so well. I just like, yeah, he's going to love this photo, and he'll probably post this one, and yeah, it's cool.
All right, well, we heard showers. I don't know about you, Steve. Yeah. I heard showers.
Yep.
What is this?
I don't wear shower shoes, by the way.
Yeah,
we had like we had one American drummer on our American tour, and he had shower shoes. Drummer, yeah. Okay. He was he wasn't our usual drummer. It was someone that came in for the American tour, and he had shower shoes. And all us Aussies were like, what's with the shoes, bro? Like,
what do you guys call flip flops? Is there a term for it in Australia?
We call them thongs.
Thongs. Okay, yeah, that's the same as like I think like a lot of Europe or other areas.
And that's what they used to be called here.
Yeah. But I guess then it was the underwear was called that.
The thong. Yeah, they took over.
Yeah. Blame Cisco.
Yeah. Got switched up. What up, Josiah? Welcome.
Hey, Josiah. So nice to see you.
He's making fun of my staircase because it's Tom's staircase because we're at Tom's place.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that's what's going on. Thanks, Steve, for the gift. Yeah. Tom is our, Tom's helping us out. It's like, it's hard to travel during Corona. You have to like.
He's taking in all the strays. I get it.
Yeah, I gotta be. Oh, Tom's here too. He's talking and he's also over there. So.
Hey, Tom.
Tom's here twice.
What?
Tom's here twice.
Oh yeah, he's here twice.
We saw him, and then he's in the chat.
I could ban him from chat, and we'd still be in. We'd still be in trouble.
He'd just stand behind you and do signs behind you. Right? He'd fill out big cards and hold them up behind you.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, Tom, if you are listening to this, he won't know if you do that.
I will know, Tom. I don't think he has audio on. He doesn't have headphones in. He doesn't have anything plugged in. He can't hear anything.
He's just watching the chat.
He's watching.
Yeah, he's just creeping. Yo, Steve, bring that photo up. Let's go.
Got it.
Let's do it. Thanks for talking to us about whatever. Well, I don't know, just whatever we felt to talk about. That was nice. This is the raw. This is not the edit, guys.
No, this is not the edit. This is the raw image. And thank you again very much for putting this out there for people to download.
Yes. We love it.
Edit.
We loved it.
Yes.
It's funny, when I first saw this raw, I thought, oh, this is going to be an interesting week because this is a tough image.
Yeah.
And
I was very well aware.
People went down roads I just didn't see coming. It was fascinating to watch.
I was super impressed.
first of all, tell us about the shot. Who it is,
Yeah,
where
so-
it is, when it's from.
Yeah, the photos obviously Ruel. It was the Laneway Festival, which was in January. And this particular day, so just as Ruel took to the stage, like literally as he came on the stage, it started pouring with rain. I've never shot in like pouring rain before. So that was an experience within itself, which is actually really cool, to be honest. We've got some really cool crowd shots and shots looking out from the stage where there's pouring rain. But this particular photo, like I said, I love it because it is really challenging. I think goes to show that sometimes you don't get the perfect shot, like technically perfect shot, but this is all about vibe. So a lot of what I love about music photography and what I really look for in a photo is sometimes not the most technical perfect shot, but it is something that conveys emotion or energy, and I think this shot does that. So that's why I chose this particular photo. I did see a lot of people in Ruel's fandom. They actually were trying to screenshot and edit the photo, which definitely would not work. It was, I was trying. I spoke about it on my Twitch and I tweeted about it as well. But yeah, I think a lot of the people in the fandom they're so used to screenshotting stuff and editing that they weren't really sure about how to go about downloading a raw file. So
They were just.
If you tried to do that, it probably wouldn't have worked very well.
I love that they're so excited though. They're just like, oh, I got the image. Let's go. Let's go. Like,
Let's go. Yeah.
And for them, you know,
they do that anyway.
Yeah,
so,
that's great.
Like, my photos are just edited all the time. So yeah.
You know, Josiah said so much energy in it, and Jonesinator said technically perfect only matters to other photographers, which is
It's pretty
such
true.
a great point.
Yeah.
And what's
That's
funny
true.
is
Yeah.
I don't know what technical you're not super happy about here. Again, I think for live
It's so
music,
sharp.
It is
tack
sharp, that's true.
It covers the moment.
See the hairs.
You know, you can recrop for composition, which is great.
Yeah.
But this is the perfect example to me of a shot that will benefit from being a raw. The stuff
Yeah.
that you'll be able to get back from shadows or recover from
Yeah.
highlights. The
Mhm.
ability to take that large file
Agreed.
and work with it is going to be nice. When you are, was this from a photo pit?
Yes, it was from the photo pit. Yeah. So what happened is I actually started the set from the stage, and then I waited a couple of songs and then went down into the pit. I waited till the pit cleared a little bit actually because there was a lot of photographers. I think I got the end of the third song and then I stayed down there for a little bit. It was a really packed pit, so I was like, yeah, I know. You know, I know the set. I know that not too much is happening. I've already got this entire show from the front at a different show, so I can wait a little bit and then go into the pit a little bit later.
So when you go into the pit later, where standard media press photographers aren't going to get some of the shots,
Mm-hmm.
you're aware, I'm assuming, you've got notes from previous shows of what's coming up. What is it you're looking when you positioned yourself here?
Yes.
Was there something you were hoping to get at this moment?
So not really specifically, but Ruel has a really great way of moving on stage, which I've really learned to know over the last few years. And he doesn't necessarily do it at the same time, but it's like I said, there's like a telepathic thing that goes on now. I kind of can preempt when I think he's going to do something cool, which is what happened in this moment. This is a song, a really quite big song of his called Painkiller. And he does kind of let loose a little bit with some dance moves, and just wanted to be, I kind of wanted to be like quite front and center to capture that. So that's where I tried to position. And there's a series of photos which I made into a GIF, which is like this, I think it's like 3 photos simultaneous.
Here it is right here.
Yeah, so that's like the movement. They're the 3 shots that I took in a row. So you really get that. You get the vibe of what he was doing at that moment. So, and I actually just put this one into a GIF maker that I found. So I don't even know, like some people actually did edits like this, like in whatever they use, Premiere or After Effects or whatever.
His outfit is sick. I love how it fits. It's just loose up here.
He's
just
he's got
good.
great fashion. It's really great. He's very fashion forward, so it's always a pleasure to shoot because he looks great.
Forward with the fashion. That's the best way to go with it.
So
Totally.
before I bring your edit, and we're going to see you edit live, but before I bring up an example of how you edit it, you pull a shot like this back. First of all, when you shoot a show,
Mhm.
how many shots would you submit to the artist?
It's usually about 100, which would include like behind the scenes as well. So maybe like, 20 kind of backstage kind of vibes, and then 20, 30, and then, 70 or so from the show. And it's been consistently around 100 for a while now, which I guess probably seems like a lot maybe to some people, but I can smash out an edit in about an hour now. So
You can smash out an edit of all the shots that you're going to keep.
Well, she
about an
doesn't
hour.
spend 100 hours, Steve.
Yeah. How many
Yeah,
shots would you take at a show that you're narrowing down? Let's talk live part.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably about 1,000-ish. I always try and cap. I always go, this show I'm only going to take 1,000 photos, and it's always a bit more. But I try to, because it just means other photos I'm going to have to edit. But yeah, about 1,000 if I can help it. This show, I can't actually. I can tell you. I'm looking at it right now. I took 1,700 of this show, so it's a little bit more.
Okay, so
but festivals, it's a completely different environment than
right.
I would definitely be overshooting, and also because of the rain and all that stuff that was happening, I think I got excited. So I took a lot of photos.
You get back, you put this thing on your computer, and like I say, we'll see it in a minute. I'm going to bring up the edit.
Yeah.
But in your head, in general, when you bring up a shot like this,
Mm-hmm.
what's your first thought as far as kind of pre-visualizing where you want to go with it? Are you immediately thinking, "Oh, I'm going to crop it and do color stuff"? What's your mindset?
Yeah, usually what I do is if I'm not sure, like this one, I might have not been sure of how it will come up, but I would definitely apply because I kind of cull and grade at the same time. So if I was looking at this, I would chuck the preset that I use. I've got a bunch of presets, especially when I'm touring, and we came off the back of a tour. So I had, I think it was like 3 or 4 presets that were my go-tos. I'd probably chuck it on this and go, oh, how's that looking? And if it was looking cool, I'd be like, right, let's go. This is a shot that I can work with.
What are their names? What are their preset names?
I think they're like Ruel something. Ruel.
It'd be funny if they're actually called Rule something.
Rule
Yeah,
one.
they are. They're
Rule
like,
something.
They definitely are. Hang on, where are we?
It's always
I've got
interesting.
so many presets. Ruel black and white, Ruel purple. I've got a couple, and then I've got where are my actual? I think there's another. Oh, here, MGH. And I've got these are my tour ones. MGH Gig Ruel, MGH Strong Medium.
Ooh, Strong Medium. It sounds like a hot sauce.
Strong Medium.
Go medium.
Gigs
Always
2,
go medium.
Gigs 3.
Yeah.
So
Medium
I've got
rare.
I've got a few different ones that I will go, that I go to. And like then I will tweak from there. But like I've got my presets to a point now that, like I said, I can get something done pretty quickly in like about an hour. And if I've shot it pretty well, like hopefully I don't have to tweak too much. It's all about efficiency when you're on tour. Like it's all about what's the maximum amount of sleep that I can get for me. So I'm like, I got to make the photo look great, but I also need to go to bed. So
you had sent me a finished picture that you saw some people during the edit week do, and it's up right now. But I'm curious because this is off the charts,
I did that later on.
This is straight out of camera, Steve.
This is straight out of camera, right?
Yeah.
Again, technically perfect.
Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah, I know. That's when I had a little bit more time.
Trey asked a really good question.
Mm-hmm.
When you're shooting, when you took this photo specifically, did you have an edit in mind where, as you're looking through a viewfinder, you pre-visualized a final shot?
No, that's so. I'm like so in the moment when I'm shooting. I'm definitely not thinking. Sometimes when I've just taken the photo, I'm just like, holy shit! I know that I've got something special, and that's gonna grade up really well. That's happened a few times, but not really when I'm shooting. You just get that feeling where you're like, I know that I got something really special. That's definitely happened quite a few times, but I'm not going down as far as visualizing something that I'm going to do creatively. The one that you've got up on screen is something that I did well after the show when I was just like, oh, I think I'm going to go back to that gig and I'm just going to play around. I was kind of playing around with compositing at the time. What can I do? This looks a bit cool. That's what I came up with. And there was a few people I saw in the challenge that actually did something similar to this. So I thought that was really cool.
Well, to get to here from here is that I love that mental process, right? That you even thought of, he's dead center, I could crop, move him, or I could just duplicate.
Yeah. That just I don't know, sometimes you just hit with inspiration. And I don't do edits like that much, to be honest. Like a lot of the live stuff I do is actually just kind of standard. I'm very passionate about just kind of straight documentation, but occasionally I'll be inspired or I'll see something that's really cool and go, oh wow, I want to try something like that. And I dare say that's where that inspiration came from.
No limits you have from the artist or their camp, though, right? They don't care what you do.
No, definitely
there can
not.
only be
again,
2 of me in a photo.
Yeah.
I would always, again, before I posted anything, I would always get Ruel to approve it. But like, you know, he's always cool with what I do. Like I said, I don't think there's ever been a time where he's like, no, I hate that. Like it just hasn't happened. So
here you use the rule of odds, which is great.
Yeah.
So you want to see an edit, Adam?
I want to see the edit. I want to see.
Right. I don't even. Did I actually? Do you want me to do it?
Well, you
live, or do you want? I have both versions.
Well, what we usually do is like, I don't know if it works for you, but we could like show the original edit, and then we can play a game where we try to get as close as we can to it by editing it, or we can just basically like the goal is just to talk through like. Obviously, now it's going to be a little bit different than the day you shot it because you have more time to do it. Maybe we think, this might be more, you don't have to do 100 of them an hour. You don't have, whatever, six. I don't know how the math works
Or
out.
your taste may have changed. You may look at the image and see
something. You can do whatever you want.
Which is fine.
So just edit a little bit.
I'm just trying to find the original edit.
But
I'm just trying to find it. I think I
No
still...
stress.
Yeah.
Look at this mouse pad.
This
Isn't this nice? It's like metal.
So do I need to
just share your screen?
Share, and then actually what I need to do is I need to duplicate this. Create virtual copy, and then.
Hey Tom. Sorry. Bye Tom. You don't have to apologize. You live here.
Bye Tom.
Bye Tom.
He's like going up the stairs. He's like, I'm sorry. You live here, bro.
Okay, that should work. I think.
Can
we got that now?
Yeah, it's you are live with some raw editing. And
okay, so
let me make us smaller so this Lightroom is bigger. There we go.
So my edit that was here, I think. That's, if you guys can see that. That's what I would have submitted. And that would have been probably a...
Well, can we see a quick before and after real fast? Oh, I cut our faces off. Let me undo that.
That's the raw.
Were our faces cut off like that the whole time? Come on, guys. You gotta talk to me about this stuff.
I'm just looking at the chat. I'm not looking at the...
Yeah, me too. That's why I was like, I couldn't see
it.
Yeah, can we see the...
Now
Sorry,
we're in there.
I missed the before and after.
Okay, so that's the raw's up now.
Okay, yeah.
And then I'll show you that's where I got to with it. And again, like this was most likely seeing one of my presets. I'm going through my presets at the moment. So.
Ooh, I love seeing the preset names of people. It's so cool. Ooh, Edgy Church. That's a good name, Edgy Church.
I think it would have been
Miami Ink.
I think I would have. Yeah, I reckon I would have started here. I reckon I used that preset to start this set, and then I got to there. So that looks like the one that I would have started with. So it's quite the colors look like they're quite punchy, and then I probably moved things around and got it to where I'm happy with.
This guy. Just a second. Okay. Goodbye.
We got a troll.
Yeah, that dude comes in every stream with a different name. I gotta just add a delay to when people can chat, like a 2-minute delay or something. But he comes in every stream and shouts out people that nobody knows who they are, and it's really funny, I think.
Yeah, and I've just seen Cornish Gamer Brooke said it looks very similar to your first one. It actually does, Brooke. I agree. Your first edit that I saw in Twitter was very similar to my edit of this particular shot.
Maybe you guys are connected on another level.
Yeah.
just
Yes,
like feeling it.
we are. Well done, Brooke.
Well, let's say okay, pretend we're not editing this photo for, we don't have to do a speed edit because the show's not edited. Pretend you're like, all right, I want this photo for my portfolio. You bring it in the Lightroom and you look at the image. What are the thoughts you have before you even start touching sliders, or maybe you do touch them to kind of generate those thoughts? What's the vibe there? Like, how do you go about that?
Yeah, because you mentioned you start color grading during culling.
Yeah, I do. I do the process at the same time. But the first thing I would do with this image is actually straighten it and crop it in a tiny bit. So I can see one of the backup singers slightly, and that's kind of bothering me. So I'd probably
I'm gonna crop you.
I'm gonna crop,
Bye-bye.
and also then it takes out the U, so I'd actually go to probably about there. And that actually brings Ruel pretty dead center then. So which is nice. So I'd probably do that straight away.
What are the things on the right? Are those like blocks that are on the screen? Is that what that is?
Yeah. So
okay, I wasn't sure.
Mic stand.
It's a mic stand that has the free time blocks around. It's really
cool. That is cool.
And they got it made especially for this run of shows. So yeah, there's some really great shots with him on that mic stand.
Is that a tie-in to a song that we're not familiar with?
Yeah,
the
EP is called Free Time, and there's a song called Free Time. So yeah, it does tie into that. And this is also not straight, so I would definitely straighten that.
Look at all those squares.
They're the two things that I do straight away, because that stuff really bothers me if things are not straight and not kind of centered, I guess.
And if you were to let's say you brought the shot up and you straightened it and tried to center it and it just wasn't something that was clicking, would that be a determining factor for, okay, we're not using this or we are using it, or would you kind of, do you know what I mean?
I mean, good question. Do you just move on when you feel that?
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, when I feel it, I definitely just move on. But sometimes it can be sometimes I'll be like, oh, maybe I just need to look at this with the grade. Maybe it's going to pop a little bit. So maybe then I would just chuck something on it and go, oh, how is this looking? What does it look like? The other thing with this particular series is that there was a lot of black and white. So I was, when I look at my edits down the bottom, there's a lot of black and white. I was really feeling this set as well. So I would have tried it with the color, go, oh, what am I feeling? Is it a color or is it a black and white kind of vibe? And maybe played around with it. And if I wasn't feeling any of those, I'd move on. And that process is probably 20 seconds,
Seeing you pull this shot up, it really reminds me of, I've never seen the live show. I haven't seen any of your shots from it. And it really reminds me that when you're editing a photo, I'm sure when you look at this photo, you know everything else that's on stage. You can see it all and it's in your brain. But as somebody else, I always forget, I have no freaking clue what anything is on stage. And I've seen so many, I know that there's maybe a piano behind him and a stage riser and there's stuff. But, it's so hard to remember that when you're the one editing it, that, nobody else knows the whole story. And
I'll see if I've got...
Yes, do you have any wide shots just so we can see the stage?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, there we go. Wow, cool.
So it was quite a big
we
setup.
learned the world.
There's probably other ones where I see if there's one where the screens were on. Those black things were LED screens. So sometimes they have visuals on them as well, depending on the show is actually quite incredible. There's it's such a pleasure to shoot. So
ooh, that'd be sick.
There's a lot going on. There's those LED screens plus the screen behind him, the stage.
And
really
I see CO2 and blinders. Yeah.
There you go. There's a CO2 shot. That's a
does he not use
CO2.
Does he not use in-ears, or are those monitors there for the festival?
He does use in-ears.
They're just there.
Yeah, I think they're there for maybe some of the other artists, but
God,
he definitely uses.
Darn it! Get rid of those monitors. We got feet to photograph. What's going on?
I know. Isn't that? I'm just trying to think if there's a good CO2. Maybe this one here. There's a good CO2 kind of crowd vibe.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think that one's on your website.
Yeah, I think it is actually. The color one as well. So.
That's.
Yeah, I mean that's the good thing about. These were edited very quickly. I can see. I probably would change stuff now that I've got
really
more
wish.
time, but.
Does this guy, random question, just want to know, can he do backflips?
No, but he does a lot, which I think you
Wish
had
he could do a
showed
backflip.
earlier. He does a jump off the riser when
That's
he's
just
doing
as
a
cool.
guitar bit, which I think, Steve, you showed one of those shots on my
About a
website earlier
barrel roll.
when we were in Amsterdam. But yeah, he definitely.
I love a good
He's
backflip.
6'4" as well.
Wow.
So like, he's really
Here's the
tall.
one.
6'4".
Here's the one probably.
How
that
tall are
were
you,
talking
Michelle?
About.
I'm 5'10".
Okay,
So
so
he's a
do
bit taller than me.
when you do portraits of him, do you just tiptoes kind of like try to get at his level? That must be hard. Sometimes that could be, you know.
No.
That is so tall.
I'm
He's
trying
taller
to
than Connor even. Connor's 6'3".
Yeah.
How tall is he again?
6'4".
Wow.
I'm trying to find the shot that I was editing. Now I've gone past it, but oh yeah, it's here somewhere. I think. Nope. I'll get back to it, guys. I'll find it in a sec. Just trying to find the part of. Oh yeah, it's here.
Yeah, you're good. We're in
So-
no rush.
There we go.
And there are
You're the one with
1,749 photos in there.
I
194 are
It
flagged.
looks. I know.
That's
So it looks like
actually
I actually
interesting
over
information.
delivered. I mean,
But
it
you
was
use
like
flags though. Do you use stars?
I
too,
use
or just
flag. No, I
flags?
use flag. So as I'm going, as I'm selecting, so selection grading, if it's an okay, it's a flag. And so at the end, when I've got my set, I sort by flag. So this is just all of my selections. I can just go in and go through them one more time. But I obviously delivered all of these, and this was for a reason too, because this was the first festival that we'd had this particular lighting set up, and so I would be delivering photos that the art director wants to see, you know, the lighting designer wants to see. So like, I was overshooting this particular show. It wasn't just, you know, for Ruel and his socials. So
Can we edit all 194 live real quick? You said you do it in like under an hour for 100, so that's like 2 hours. I think we can do it.
Yeah, probably an hour and a half.
That,
maybe, I could
you
do
know
it.
what? Someday though, that actually would be a really cool show to see somebody take all their pics from a show and see how they go through all of them quickly.
Steve, give me.
Yeah, I
let's
was
do
meaning to do that. I was meaning to do that on my stream to show people
Speed
just how
edits.
quickly. Yeah, speed edits. Well, just to
Tour
show
edits.
what you
Well,
do.
tour
Yeah,
edits.
Let's have a
tour
race.
edits.
Let's
Yeah,
have a
let's
race.
see who can do it quickest.
Quicker, and then you have
Um,
a judgment at the end of whose looks cooler. I got clarity presets, so you better watch out.
His
I've
presets have
tended-
numbers in them.
You want to
Do
race
they?
sometime, Michelle? I'll give you 100 of my
Yeah,
images.
sure.
You give me 100 of your images, and we'll edit them, and we'll see how it goes.
Ooh, I'm down.
That could
I
be
wanna see that.
fun.
Yeah, let's go.
I would love that.
But they have to
I-
be like, yeah, it might be hard. We'll say they have to be good images, which is going to make this really difficult for me, but you'll be fine. I see these are. You're good.
Oh my god, no. I think, well, you've seen this one here. This is.
Can't we like
It's a tricky
partner
one.
stream? What's it called? Squad stream, right? That's a thing, right? Have you squad
Oh,
streamed
can you
before?
do that? I
Yeah.
had like
You can squad stream.
that. Squad stream. I'm down to squad stream. I
Yeah.
am all about collaboration on this amazing platform. So let's do it.
Steve
Squad
could be the
up.
judge. Steve, you could be the
Oh,
Steve. You could go like
God,
this.
thanks.
And on the left, we have Michelle. You know,
Ladies and gentlemen, now Michelle pulling up from
Yes.
behind. Oh no, Michelle just did 3 in less than a minute.
yeah.
Adam is still on his first
Let's
image.
go. No
I reckon
presets
I could
allowed.
do 3.
House
oh, no
rules.
presets allowed is
House
hard.
rules, no
Oh my
preset.
god. I definitely, when I'm doing my speed edits, it's definitely with presets. If I have to do like what I'm about to do, which by the way, I have not edited from scratch.
All right, let's edit this from scratch. Let's do it. You can throw a preset on too, but like if you throw a preset
it's
on, then
fine.
we can
I'll
just
give it a
kind of go
crack.
through and talk about each one. Like it's fine. The goal is just to see
I'll
what
give
you
it
do.
a crack.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah,
just give it a
however
crack.
you would normally edit it.
If however I would normally edit it is definitely starting with a preset, but I really did want to just see what happens if I didn't do that. So let's give it a crack. I'll just play round with. I think the first thing I do is actually warm up the temperature a little bit. So I'm just going to, slightly warm it up. So I'm pushing the temperature towards the yellows and then pushing it back, because I know I did end up with kind of a greener tint. So I'm
It's
just
like
going to,
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
it does at the moment, yeah. So I'm just going to kind of start there-ish, and I'll go down.
Are
all of the
you
sliders.
thinking in your head what you remember seeing, or is that is that
What else do you think?
completely out of your head that I don't care if it's realistic or not, or where's that fall?
Yeah, I definitely don't care if it's really. I don't like to push it into a like unrealistic, I guess, but I do like to make things pop a little. So yeah, I guess it's more about pushing the saturation with stuff and making them look really vibrant rather than going too surreal, I guess. So I wouldn't want to change it too much, other than it's just like a personal preference thing. Yeah, and I guess the main thing for this image is that there wasn't a lot of front light, so I would definitely be pulling out the shadows like quite a lot. Like I'd try and get as much detail as possible, and then I'd probably just bring the exposure down a little bit just to even that out, maybe bump up the contrast a bit. Just start to get it to a point where I'm like, oh, this is looking. I don't really have. There's no like way that I do this. This is all feel, I guess. It's very
it's based on intuition. It's based on like
intuition.
What's
the
vibe?
Yeah.
What am I gonna do? What am I feeling today? It's not like, hey, this is math. That's not.
So
fun.
it's not photojournalism.
Exactly.
This is art.
Exactly. It's definitely more in an art. I try and get a good balance, but like yeah. But yeah. So I'm really just playing around with this to see how I feel about this particular. Not big on clarity.
I feel positive with notes of, I don't know, citrus. That's how I feel about this. Can you guys taste all the flavors of coffee? Maybe you can. You're from Australia. You guys are really good at coffee. But you know when it has.
I drink coffee, which is like. Oh yeah, you're a shame.
All right, but you know how the descriptions always make them sound like they're the most exotic type of chocolate ever? Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, they do.
I can't taste the flavors. You don't eat chocolate either?
No, I was going to say, I don't tend to fuck with the tone curve that much. I've spoken about this on my
You're on task.
Before,
that's good.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm just like doing this at the moment. I'm just playing, to be honest. Like, I'm like, oh, do I like this? What's happening? I think it goes to show too. This is why I like kind of stuff like this. And I think when you're starting out, people think you need to like know everything or like know exactly what you're doing all the time. I like half the time I'm just playing. It's just playing. One of my mentors said to me, just play around with the image until you're happy with it. And that's kind of like the vibe.
That is good advice.
Yeah, just like he's like, if you are feeling it, then that you're kind of in the right space. So I've always done that, I guess. Do
you listen to music while you edit or not?
I do. I always listen to music.
The artist you're editing or something else?
If it's not Ruel, only because like I wouldn't listen to Ruel again after the show because when you're on tour, because that's a lot of Ruel. Like, like I love his music, but it would just be something in the background. But if it was just a one-off show that I was shooting, I would definitely put that artist on and get that like feel the vibe, you know. I'm just gonna click around here and see what we.
So you don't use curve that much. That's interesting. You can pretty much do the other things outside of it. So
again, like because I often am using presets and a lot of this stuff's already done. I would just be tweaking like a tiny bit from the preset that I've worked with.
Gives you the base.
It gives me the base, and I'm happy with that. And like they've been evolving over the last couple of years. So like I'm at a place where I'm really, and I probably did play around with tone curves back in the day, but now they're at a point where I'm really happy with it. So yeah, no, I want this to be more purplish. Probably here, maybe. Yeah. Like I said, I'm really just playing around to see what kind of is what I'm feeling. And the thing about this image is like, and what I loved seeing is like, you can take this in so many directions. I love that Lightroom allows you like a lot of control over this stuff. So like even just clicking in this with the split toning, I do like playing with split toning and just seeing like, oh yeah, what's feeling good.
When you split tone, do you almost always apply a color to both highlights and shadows, or do you just?
Yeah, usually I do. I try to do both. But again, it's like it's not. I don't have a rule. It's just like, what am I feeling today?
Whoa! What's with the? I get it. All right, let's go. That was good.
Yeah, it's just like, what am I feeling today? So, say it was something like that. It's all about the mood. It's about the mood. Yeah, totally. I do usually apply a little bit of noise reduction.
So here's a good question. Again, Troy's got a good question. Typical
Yep.
Troy. Show off. He said, how do you decide when you want to make an image black or white?
That's a good question. I can usually see it straight away where I go, oh, that's a black and white. So I don't know how to explain that. Other than there's something in the photo that it's usually like I've noticed it a lot too in my Discord when somebody posts a photo, I'll be like, oh, you should definitely try that black and white. There's something that I see in it, and it's usually like a differentiation between the whites and the blacks in the image that I know is going to pop. But I don't really know how to explain it other than I can see it and I go, yeah, that one, which doesn't help.
It's like when the
very
lines
much.
do more than the colors almost. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah,
when, like, the contrast.
that's a good point.
It's
Yeah.
when it becomes geometric.
Geometric, there's
with the
there's
big
great
words, Steve,
highlights
chill
and great.
out.
I've got them written down here, so I can just pick them.
Oh yeah. I know you reversed.
The other thing that I wanted to mention about this image that a few people noticed was that I was using a star filter, which I started using, and
that's what the thing from the top is.
That's what the thing from the top is. So some people found that really distracting.
I think it's awesome.
Yeah, I kind of like it as
Looks
well.
rock star. You know what I mean? It's like
bit of a flare.
It's like you can't see his face, but can you? It's mysterious. It's kind of cool. It's kind of, it's like, I don't know, it's flashy. It looks good, I think.
Yeah, I like it as well. Some people were a bit confused by it and were trying to mask it out and stuff like that.
Is this dude's jawline just awesome, or is the...
Oh, you have no idea.
I don't have any
ridiculous.
idea. It's cutting through the image.
And also, this was like in January, and like it's even more pronounced now. I've just like that's what I'm working with.
His August jawline is better than his January jawline, but
I don't know how that happens. But that's where we're
It
at.
might be an age thing. Yeah.
He's definitely growing into all of the things, and jaw is one of them. So.
Are you using a Wacom tablet right now? Because you have the Wacom icon.
I'm actually not using it, but and I probably wouldn't use it for these edits. I use it for my retouching for my portraits. Okay. I don't really use it much, and I wouldn't use it on tour as well. This is like not looking that bad.
Not that bad is a really good place to be. I feel like that's exactly where I want to be when I'm done with an edit. Even like, you know what I mean? It's like, all right, it's not that bad. Let's go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and it looks great. It doesn't look like my lovely crease-edited one, which I think popped a little bit more, but it's,
do you think, like, I don't know about you, Michelle, but I have, like, if somebody was like, recreate this edit, I'm like, not happening. It's impossible.
Yeah, I don't even know how I got to that point to get, I think because it's constantly evolving, like my style has moved on in a preset that I would use, I might use that to build the next one. And like, I'm 3 years away from where I started. So God knows how I got there.
Yeah.
But again, like it's a testament, I think, to know, like I don't think there's any rules. Like it's just what you like. And I'm constantly evolving, even within a set. Sometimes I'm liking the preset more than I did at the start. So I'll copy that and then use that for the rest of the set. So like
update
it's
the
constantly,
preset,
update the preset, or even make a new preset that's slightly tweaked.
It's like a living organism.
Exactly. So it is really hard to replicate. And like I think that's where I was. That's where I was before. It looks like I actually.
It's got a little bit of blues in there. That's about it.
Yeah.
It's actually fascinating to me just to look at your sliders.
Oh, really?
Because, exposure minus a full stop, but then 100% on shadows, and you end up with, which a lot of people would be afraid to go 100% on shadows, and yet balancing that with the contrast, lowering the exposure and lowering the blacks, you manage to open areas up but get your balance back without introducing a ton of noise. I love the way you just kind of attack it.
I think this is why, like, for me, I don't even know the rules. Like, I didn't study photography. I just fell into this stuff. So it's all intuition for me. It's all like, I'm literally looking at this and going, what looks good? What am I feeling today? Like And I think that's a good way to be. Like, I feel like rules
Agreed.
can maybe
Agreed.
restrict you and go, oh, I'm not meant to do that. Like, there's so many times where, you know, young photographers have said to me, oh, I was told never push your ISO over 1,000. And I'm like, what? Like, that's not going to work for what we do. Like, push that thing. Like, so I think sometimes people, they can limit themselves, where I'm just like, I don't know, like, just play around with this thing until it looks good.
Well, and people also have this tendency to zoom into 100% in Lightroom, which is great for some editing. But you got to understand, nobody is going to be looking at your picture.
I never do that.
Zoomed into 100%.
Ever. Yeah, I never ever do that. I've seen people do that, and I'm like, why are you doing that? And I also think too, like going,
Unless it's billboard stuff.
Going back to what I was talking about with, especially young female photographers, thinking that they need to know everything, or like, you know, they can't make mistakes. And I think this is why I think stuff like this is really important, and to see that, like, I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just like playing, and I get it to a point where it looks good, and that's fine. And your workflow will evolve. You'll get to a point where you're really happy with it, and that's okay. So you don't need to be like this amazing, you know, expert in what does all of these individual things do. I'm literally just like playing around with it until I get something that I'm happy with, and then I'll copy it and use that for the rest of the set. So hopefully that can be inspiring to some people that are a bit scared of just having a go, you know, just having a crack.
Well, it's your voice. This is you're editing to your voice, which is, you know, that's why I think it would kind of be cool for you and Adam to switch images and watch you both edit both screens together, because the same image will come out completely different. It's the same thing in a photo pit, two people standing in the same spot. We'll never really get the exact same image because everybody's got a slightly different voice.
Exactly right. So yeah, and I'm like, you know, I'm totally okay with that. I think that's great. I think that's what differentiates us as artists. And I don't even know how I got the blues into that. I can't even do that anymore. See, it looked great when I did it last time. Might be in the highlights.
Who messed with my image? Who did this? What is this trickery?
But again, like, it was great to see what people did with these particular photos when, you know, they were either warming it up and making it, you know, taking it to a completely different spot that I would have taken to. I love that. I think that's awesome.
We're talking about Steve's glasses right now, right? Just
Wow, that's amazing.
Just to clarify, we are listening to you and having fun. They're not mutually exclusive.
No, it's fine.
Okay, cool.
I'm looking at the chat as well. Looks like they're all having fun in the chat as well, which is also awesome. There's Jetta emotes in there, who's Jetta? Jetta.
Allie Mae is in there. Maddie's in there.
Allie. Yeah.
Does anybody in there have questions for Michelle?
Yeah, we're going to start pulling up stuff, but while we do it, you can ask questions, and Steve will give them a browse, and we can talk about your edits. And thank you for editing live, talking about your editing process. It's not important where we end up. It's just important to talk about the process. So we ended up, but I like where we ended up, too. This is a...
Yeah, it's okay. I think it's... Yes.
What did we say?
Like
we
this
wanted
one
to be,
better.
What was where we wanted to be? Better than...
Just okay.
Better than all right or something? I forget what we said.
It's looking okay.
Yeah.
Looking okay, I think I said.
Yeah. Looking okay is a good place to be.
And I've just pulled up the one that I actually submitted, which I do like a lot better, but that's where
that's this one that's up right now.
Yeah, and actually there was a black and white version too, which I'll pull up. Which was the one that I
black and white too.
Yeah, I do too.
Ooh,
actually,
fire.
And I use this for the GIFs that I really do like it in black and white. There was a couple of amazing edits that I saw in black and white as well. So. Yeah, it was good to see where people took it.
Perfect. Steve.
I'm bringing them up.
All right. Michelle, I think you have to stop sharing your screen, though.
Oh, okay.
That's okay. We didn't rehearse this. All right, this is one of the edits. They changed a lot. Go inside my head, come back out. Tell me I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is... I'm just kidding. Who is this of, Michelle? This jump shot?
Oh, that's Ruel.
Oh,
that's
wow.
the one she was talking about when
I
wanted
that's
to have
in
this up because she
Amsterdam.
mentioned the one on her website.
Milkwick.
Jumping.
Yes, that is that venue, which I absolutely love. It was the
Milky
last
Way.
show of the European tour, and Ruel had actually just started doing this jump like a few shows before, and I'd got it from the front, but I wanted to get it from the back of the stage for this venue because it's such a great venue. And I literally, when I took this photo, I was like, I ran over to the lighting guy to show him, and I took a photo of the back of the screen and I put it in the tour group chat, and I was like, I think I just took the best photo of my career. I was like, I knew straight away. I was so excited about it.
This is
Star filter.
Perfect.
Is there a star filter?
Star filter.
I see it on the left. Don't think you can sneak that iPhone flash past me. All right.
And down below
Star
too, there's
filter,
a couple of them. So those are from
All
the
right,
star
you
filter.
snuck some past me.
Yeah, they're from the star filter. So there's some really great shots from this particular show where everybody had their iPhones up, and it's just like, all stars, which is really cool as well.
And this is a shot, I haven't seen the color, but this is one of those shots where in my head, I think I would look at this and go, that's got to be black and white.
Same. Yeah, immediately. Like the color did it no justice whatsoever.
So let's do this. Let's go to.
Thanks for that follow.
Actually, you know what? Let's start because you're going to be tagged in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I'm tagged in a lot of Ruel fandom content. So a lot of memes and stuff.
Here we go.
So that second one, that one there, which is Min Raw, was one of my favorites because he did like a whole crazy, like, I don't even know.
Yeah, and it's got audio to it too.
Yeah, it's really, really amazing. I love when people it's so amazing.
I mean, I'm clearly doing everything wrong.
Yes.
There's just no question about it.
Yes, 100%.
I can't stop.
I had, there was a bunch.
Wow, Michelle, that was a very interesting noise you made there.
I mean, look at this stuff.
I know.
Media by Haley.
Amazing.
My God.
So cool. So cool. I love this so much. Like, it's just so, I mean, I can't do this. So I'm just mind blown by people
They got a few.
when they take stuff like this.
Steve, I like this view for the edits. This is great. I know we zoom in, but this looks really good. Good
Yeah.
photos.
I can zoom in a little more.
No, I'm saying this is good. I think you found a good spot. It's nice. Not too small, not too big.
This one I loved.
Yeah, I love this as well. There was a few like this on Twitter as well that were, and some of the, there's really amazing Australian female photographers who all do kind of graphic work like this, and they're very inspiring. Ruby, Gabs, and
Ruby Boland.
Another person. Yeah, Ruby is amazing. Don't know if she's in the chat.
She's probably sleeping.
Well. She probably is sleeping. But those girls are constantly inspiring. They do really, really amazing work. We have incredible talent in Australia. It's very, very inspiring. So those edits were really, really great.
I mean,
That's
and
great.
you're right.
Love
A lot of
one.
people did this like stuttering watermark effect.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that so much.
Yeah, why do you think that? I know there's obviously like a meta to the way of edit, and we often have like people who verge on the side of graphic art or animation rather than just image manipulation or whatever you want to classify as that. Why do you think like for this one specifically, so many people made multiples of it? Was it just because it was easy to cut out or the vibe of the image, or?
Yeah, quite possibly. Like I know, like this, for example, this is definitely done by someone who's in the fandom.
Okay.
I can tell by the name.
Because I know the lyrics and stuff.
They know the lyrics, and that's actually Ruel's name. So, like his full name. So I know that's a person in the fandom. So yeah, they know the lyrics. They've
oh, I see.
They've extended it out. They've made it into more of a graphic, and I saw that quite a few times. And that's really common for the fandom as well. Like they love doing that stuff, and it's kind of, it's really inspiring. It's stuff that I don't really do that. I don't really have the ability to do that. A lot of the stuff I do is like, strictly documentation. So I love seeing where people take it.
And
it's
a
amazing.
lot of people did this. A lot of people went, head first.
Yeah.
Full commit to a silhouette type look.
Yeah, which is so interesting. I would never have thought to do that. So
I want to. When you see that close up one, you know what I'm talking about? Who was that?
Yeah, it's on Twitter. It's Tim Lambert.
Yo, after we're done with these, Steve, gotta pull that close up one because it's pretty cool. Did they, Michelle?
Not this one right here?
No, it's not this one.
No, it's on Twitter, or if you go to Instagram, it's Tim Lambert. He's from Australia as well, so I know which one you're talking about.
Michelle, did they add the water in
the
there?
sweat?
Yeah, or was it always zoomed in? Okay, I was like, did I not zoom in far enough? What's going on here?
No. I assume he definitely
No, wrong one.
he definitely
Steve, we're taking
added in the sweat.
Yeah, I know.
Hit latest, not top, Steve. There you go. Up at the
Okay.
top on that last one, you had top hit, not latest. For the there you go. So if you hit that one,
Oh.
no, you were in it. Yeah.
Sure.
Scroll up to the top.
If you scroll
See-
down,
there you
yeah.
go. Latest. There you go. That should work.
There you go. All right, there we go.
All right, let's scroll. Wow, that's some wild. That's
Ooh,
some wild
Kiki's
stuff.
was good. Yeah. I wonder if Kiki's in the chat. That was great. That's cool. If you keep going, there's one that's a really tight crop, and it should be somewhere up the front, I think.
Why is it looks like it looks. Oh no, they're in order. Yeah, so we'll get to it.
I like that
It's
second one of Sammy's as well. That's really beautiful.
You know what? Let me just jump over there on Insta. What
Yeah.
is what is it?
Tim Lambert, Lambert. I think that's his. Yeah, that should be his there.
Yeah,
that one there.
That was
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's really cool. I mean, like
It's like
that
an anime
crop,
character.
Yeah, I love. I mean, Tim is super talented. I've shared a pit with him many times. Really, really lovely guy. I've loved seeing where he's taken his work recently. Yeah, I just love this, and I guess the image was really sharp, so you were able to actually crop in really tight. I don't usually crop in on stuff like this. So for me, it was really inspiring to see this and go, oh wow, maybe I should try that. I usually do kind of keep them quite similar to the framing that I've shot.
Mhm.
Like it's very, very rare that I'll really crop onto something. So that was really inspiring
like
to see and go.
10% of the image too.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, he cropped most
Really
of the image
tight.
away, but the way he changed the background,
Yeah.
cut out through the hair, very, very good job.
Hi, puppy.
Yeah, Jetta.
Jenna, am I saying that right? Jenn or G? Yeah.
Jetta. It's with a double T.
Jetta, like a car.
Jetta, yeah. That one there, that's Asia. She's a part of our community. She's basically a graphic designer, and she is also a Ruel fan, and she often does really cool stuff like this. So it was cool to see her do something really similar to what I'd done originally as well. So very, very talented. She lives in India, and we love her very much.
Ooh, that's cool.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. I love that.
Kaleidoscope.
Yeah, looks like it's been shot through a prism, which I also like to do sometimes. So,
It looks like something I'd like
with
to
the film
see, but
grain.
I'm not able to see. So, oh, there we go. What's up, pup?
yeah, there she is.
She's almost a
dark, yeah.
shadow.
I know. She's so dark. Can I get some more light on her face?
Let me
This
just
is
grab the
kinda cool.
curves
I
here real
haven't
fast.
seen this one.
Oh, that's
Yes.
that's cool too.
That's also Asia. She's so talented. She does this stuff all the time. I actually,
That's awesome.
she actually did a painting of Ruel that is of one of my photos that I actually bought off her. I love it so much. She's really, really, really talented. And it's a pleasure having her part of our community. She's just amazing. So yeah, you'll see a lot of these are fandom shots that tried to edit from the screenshot. I can definitely tell the ones that didn't.
They're pretty
get as much
uniform.
detail.
You're uniformly
you
the same
you
shot.
Right.
you can't really get much detail out of a screenshot of that particular raw. You're going to really struggle, I guess. So.
Well, we had. What was I gonna say?
Oh, there's me. That's cool. I really like that one. I saw that on Twitter.
Images
Yeah, I love
out
that.
of the ordinary.
Yeah, it almost looks like a drawing, which I love. So cool.
Let's jump to another tab here.
My husband is blending coffee. In case you're wondering what that.
Is that what that
No,
is?
it's not.
Grinding
Yeah.
beans?
Not for
Grinding
Michelle.
beans.
Michelle does not drink coffee. They are.
Not for me.
It's for her.
I do enjoy.
It's for the husband or Jetta. We don't know.
Say hello.
We had a question for you. If you're down to
Sure.
answer it, from our very own
Yeah.
Connor.
Tight crop.
Connor
Oh
wants.
no, go for it.
What is the one part of your photo world you are wanting to evolve and develop more, so when you go on tour again, you have a new value to add to the team?
Good question.
That's a good question.
Yeah, if you
I
ever
mean,
want to
like,
think, Connor's the guy.
Like I said, I'm constantly evolving, and you know what? It's shooting more film. So I only started shooting film like 2 years ago, but now I've actually been shooting a lot specifically for Ruel in this project. But I haven't shot heaps on tour. And Ruel really likes it. He loves the aesthetic, and so that's definitely one thing that I will be doing on my next tour. I just started shooting medium format as well. I probably won't do that on tour, but it's, this is a whole new world. I think it really suits the direction of where we're going for the next thing that he's going to be releasing. So it's really exciting. I'm really loving shooting film, and I definitely want to do that more on the next tour.
Since you brought up film, Cornish Gamer asked the question that relates to film, and that is, what are your inspirations in the digital medium and in film?
Yeah, cool. So in the digital medium, I'm still very heavily influenced by the hip hop photographers that inspired me when I started. So specifically Jonathan Mannion, who's my favorite photographer of all time. So a lot of my work is still, I look at his work and I'm still really, really inspired by that. It's bold, timeless imagery is what I'm going for. So where you can't really tell, I don't really like to jump on particular trends or Instagram things that are happening. I like my images to be quite timeless, that you can look at them in 20 years and they don't feel dated, if that makes sense. And with film at the moment, it's just trying to, at the moment, I'm just I'm trying to not mess it up. Please work. I'm just trying to still get my head around, the technical side of film. But so far, it's been incredible. I had a really amazing, happy accident happen the other day where I just finished shooting a whole roll of film and the camera popped open.
Oh no.
The back of the camera exposed the whole roll, and I was like, oh my God, I've just
very
lost.
well at all.
Well, actually, I got the roll back, and it turns out worked really well, and I got these incredible light leaks.
That's great to hear.
Amazing light leaks that are beautiful. So yeah, it worked great. This is great. I love this edit.
Just wanted to pull it up because Canadian I don't know how to say it.
Canadians.
And that person
yes,
wanted us to
Canadians and Australians.
Oh, there we go.
And it looks like it's been edited by Ruel Brazil, which is one of the fandoms in Brazil, which I love this shot, actually.
This is awesome.
Shout out to all the fans in Brazil. We will get there eventually.
Come to Brazil.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is creative. I like this.
I love it. It's really great. Did great. Yes. Super creative. Yeah. It's really inspiring to me because I guess I am a bit older as well. So looking at, a lot of the kids in the fandom are, might be between, I don't know, anywhere between 12 and 20. And the way that their creative brain works is actually really inspiring. So I love looking at fan edits and seeing what they're doing and be like, wow, that's super cool. So can learn from the youth.
We had one more question. Steve, while we're asking this question, do you want to pull up the Discord and just throw some of those edits? I know you want to do that for a while, so you could just pull them up. We had a question from Katie16 that says, how do you think the photography will change due to COVID? And I'm assuming they mean there's the obvious thing, but I'm assuming
touring?
Yeah, I don't specifically know, but maybe how does your career change, and I'm sure you can just talk to how it has changed.
Sure. I mean, to be honest, I don't not letting myself go too far down that rabbit hole because I'm 41 years old now. I was just reaching a time where I was touring a lot, and you start thinking about how long can I be doing this. All those sort of things go through your head. So to take a big chunk of time out of that is confronting, and I've definitely had to grieve that process, and which I think why setting up the Twitch stream for me has been really great, specifically for my mental health and being able to connect with community and be able to teach. And yeah, so I mean, it definitely is changing. It's changing our ability to do what we do. But for me, it's actually about teaching other people. And so when we open up, there's a whole new group of people that feel really inspired and can get out there. And I'm finding comfort in that right now rather than thinking about the things I can't do. if that makes sense. That
That's
was a great
great.
edit, by the way. I love that.
And that's
Yeah,
probably
this is
your
Maddie's. Maddie just said this is his.
I love
is Maddie's.
this. Maddie, I love this. This is amazing. Really, really, really cool.
And
Thumbs
Michelle,
up.
that's probably how you handle a lot of the problems, whether it be Corona or anything else you've happened in your career. You just figure out what you're going to do, and this is the same thing,
Yes.
different principle, or same principle, a little bit of a different situation, but.
I'm definitely a positive person, and I do feel anxiety and all those sort of things, but I actually use that to motivate me to get off my ass and do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So when Corona hit, I was like, I have all of this energy and I can't do anything with, and I just poured it into live streaming and teaching and trying to, set weekly challenges for people and keep everybody else really inspired as well. So that's something we always do on the stream, is we do a weekly challenge every Sunday, and that's, I think, helped other people as well. So it all ties in.
Yeah.
This is awesome. I saw this one.
This is...
I really love this. I love the crop of this too. Like, I think that it's a really flattering crop. It's I love it. It's really cool.
Yeah, you got to keep the jawline is the key.
You got to keep the jawline, yeah. As long as that's in, we're
and
good.
that was Joanne. Great job, Joanne.
Amazing.
Here's Connor's.
Connor with the black and white. Yeah, awesome.
Actually, I like how clean the black and white is. Didn't go overly contrasty, but still hit. Solid blacks are in there and solid whites are in there. Nice gamut in there.
Yep.
Well done, team.
That's really similar to what you did.
Yeah, that's Brooke. That's the one I was talking about before. She actually did one that I saw on Twitter that was even more similar. So well done, Brooke.
Oh, that's the one, yeah.
Oh, yes. Mellow Min. I love it so much. It's so, like, first of all, it must have taken a lot of time. So
yeah.
Props to you for spending so much time on it.
This is somebody
editing on the phone.
This is somebody helping. We're watching people help each other in the process. So.
I love that. I love helping. That's awesome.
Yeah, good job, team. Good
nice
job working together
everybody.
too. I love how everybody on Discord, helps each other out. It's like, oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Let's go. It's like
agreed.
it's like Twitch chat, etc.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you guys for the questions, and thanks Michelle for the time. I don't know if there's anything
No
else.
worries.
Like, I think we covered like a lot of bases and a lot of important points, and pretty much everything, in my opinion, is like the best things to talk about right now. Like how you're getting through everything, and I mean, we talked about our main stuff as well, but I don't know.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. And yeah, if anybody wants to hang out, I like you said, I have a Twitch stream as well.
Yeah,
we
Connor,
don't
throw them in there. Throw the links in there.
We
Connor.
don't clash, so it's good. We are at completely different times, which is great.
I hope sometime
her Sunday challenge thing, which is Saturday for us.
Yeah.
It threw me off the first time I tuned into it, and it's like, oh yeah, it's the Sunday challenge. Wait a minute.
Like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Well, I hope sometime we overlap so like we can actually raid another photography channel.
I know. The other thing I had to mention to you guys, I don't know if anyone has actually told you, but there's just been a Twitch photography team kind of that's just joined forces.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll send you a DM for the person to message about this.
Okay.
It's been a great resource to there's also a community Discord that's just the photography team people as well, so it's kind of combining all of the people on Twitch. We are a really small community, and it helps with the raids and stuff, because when someone's online, it could be someone from the photography team, and they're all from around the world, and yeah, it's really cool. So I'll send you the details. Yeah, it's awesome.
And all of
something I just joined as well.
Yeah, I think that doesn't Bill work on that or
yes,
something?
Bill runs that. So
Bill, we got to talk to Bill. And
then, talk to Bill. He'll add you to the team, and then there's a Discord that your community can join as well. So it's just another resource.
Thank you. And yeah, Captain or Connor threw everybody say thank you to Michelle. Connor threw all the links in there, so if you guys want to check her out on any network or just look at her portfolio, you've got it. But other than that, thank you guys so much.
Thank you. Yeah, and thank you to all, by the way, all the mods in there. Connor.
Yeah, thank you, Connor. I think it's just Connor, Bryn, and Connor and Bryn today.
Was in there too.
I just wanted to shout out Nate Hill, who's in the chat. I've just seen him,
Nate,
and his edit. We didn't show his edit, but his edit was freaking amazing.
All right,
and
let's
he's
get it.
consistently
I should pull that up.
Get it.
Yeah, I
Nate
just wanted to
Hill
say,
Ford.
because I know he does it every week, and he really consistently delivers at such a high level. And I just wanted to shout him out because,
Yeah,
it was,
I do remember his. Actually, I got to go find it.
Raid the Discord.
Yeah,
I can't raid a Discord, Connor. /raid.
But yes, and thank you to you guys too for rescheduling this when I
This is the time we always meant to do it at, right? This is what we always meant to do.
Yeah.
I don't see his edit on Instagram.
I feel like I saw it on Twitter. If you look up Nate Hill on Twitter, hopefully he's still here.
I think they're here. He's here. Oops.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to raid Nate Hill. Sorry.
All right, here we go. Oh, yeah, here it is.
I meant to post his @
Yeah, as a reply in Twitter. That's right. I just love, totally got rid of the background. It's like it just looks so clean, and that was one of the first.
On his jacket, he cut this out brilliantly.
Yeah, it was one of the first really amazing edits that I was like, whoa, this blew me away. So just wanted to, props.
The fact that it's
Shout
not
out.
spinning in 3D though is surprising, because the stuff he does is insane.
Very, very talented. Yes. So shout out. Just definitely didn't want to forget.
All right. Well, thank you for doing that. I think we did everything.
worries.
Good job, team. High fives.
High five.
Thank you guys for
High
joining
fives.
us. I'm going to turn off the stream. I don't have anybody raid today that I confidently know we should raid.
Nate is in there, by the way.
Yeah, Nate is here. Nate
Yes,
is responding to say thank you. But thank you guys so much. We'll see you on Thursday for the hang, and I believe Michelle has some stuff before then. So make sure to check out her Twitch, see her schedule, and hopefully you're awake. Because I know.
Join the crew.
There you go. All right, one moment, guys, and we'll stop streaming.